Hi, and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my friend Carrie with us. Hey, Carrie, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Good to see you, Kevin.
So, Carrie, I asked you to come on the show today because what I'm seeing is everybody's talking about mental health. As a professor, just email after email, got to watch mental health. And I agree, clearly it's true. But no one ever mentions spiritual health. So, first, can you tell me what is it and why it's important?
Sure. Spiritual health is that aspect of everybody's life that looks at mystery. It looks at the unknowable. So your personal purpose, your mission, your reason why you're here on this earth, your reason why something happens to you but doesn't happen to your friend. You get a raise, they don't, they get a raise, you don't. They get cancer and die, you get cancer and you live. Like all of these unknowable questions, they're too big for regular science. And really, they're too big for mental health because a lot of times they get into those questions of, well, God,
Yeah,
but God is not just God, because atheists can have spirituality too, and do. It's really that sense of what is beyond what we can definitely know. And the only place you find that is in your own heart. So it's important because the spiritual health aspect works with all of the other kinds of health. You have physical health, you have mental health, you have emotional health, you have intellectual health. And that plus spirituality, that's your overall health picture. If any one of those falls by the wayside, you'll notice the other things messing up. You get emotional or mental health issues, and it's going to impact your physical health.
sure, absolutely. So, Carrie, one of the things I find is people get overwhelmed by this because we all have the story, here's the greatest person ever, kindest person, and horrible, bad illnesses come to them. And I've been guilty of it. You sit there and go, well, okay, why? She's the nicest person I ever met. We all have those friends that aren't the nicest person we ever met. Like, okay, then why did this person suffer this? Like, what did they do to deserve it? And it overwhelms us because of the why, but there's no answer to it. How do we
Yeah.
deal with that?
Yeah. And it's happening so much, especially with COVID,
Yeah,
right? People who are otherwise healthy, even people who are healthy, who have gotten all the shots, they've done everything they can to protect themselves, they get sick, they die. Someone who's not doing anything to take care of themselves, they fly right through it. Those unknowables, it really is, the basic answer is there is no truth. There are religious ministers out there, pastors, priests, imams, rabbis, what have you. There are some people who will sell you on something and they will say this is the truth. But the thing is, no one knows. And so it's not a matter of finding the truth of why bad things happen to good people. It's really a matter of coming to terms with it and how does it sit in your heart. And maybe the next step beyond that is, what does that drive you to do? What does that encourage you to do to make things morally right as much as you can?
a nice approach to it, actually. And that's what you find happen is people respond that way, going, okay, yeah, my friend who was the nicest person in the world was stricken. What can I do? Is there any way I can comfort them? Is there any way I can make this, can't solve it, but can I make it better? Can I do something? But it makes people question, like why, and it's hard because to your point, there is no, okay, you can Google that, and you'll find it on page 10. And we go, Carrie, we're waiting for you. Here's the answer you're looking for. But it can bother people. It can make them angry, saying, this isn't right and stuff. And
Yeah.
our own definition of what's right and wrong, is just, okay, you're not going to get an answer. But like you said, it's like, okay, what can you do for that person? What are the takeaways? Even if it is just hey, I should live my lifestyle differently based on what I've seen happen to other people, that I shouldn't live that type of life and stuff. But so So Carrie, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? If they're, looking, saying, hey, I need to address my spirituality. What's the best way?
Yeah, well, anybody can look at my website. It's Carrie Adell, CarrieAdell.com. And that has all the information about my spiritual direction, my ministry, and workshops that I offer. And if you want to just email me, carrieadell@gmail.com, easiest way.
Great, Carrie, really appreciate you taking a few minutes to come on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you, Kevin.
Have a great day.
You too.